All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Wahar Rakah Kodash, which in the ancient Hebrew tongue would be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also want to give double honors to the head apostles and elders, a great millstone, and Shalom, much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in this work. So yeah, I just wanted to go into another quick lesson, focusing in on all you brothers out there who have committed to performing the services of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and the importance of staying the course, you know, not being swayed or taken off your square, so to speak, and pretty much forsaking the cares of this world. Because here in America, Babylon the Great is set up with different pitfalls and snares pretty much to seduce the men who Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has called in. Alright? And when you entertain or overindulge in certain things, and even pretty much become emotionally invested in this place, whether it's in the form of your woman, your family, your kids, your job, well, this is one of the main catalysts that have overthrew many. Alright? And we just heard the testimony. It was a powerful testimony from the brother, I believe his name Yawasop, and he spoke about being drawn away from the truth, you know. And the brother seemed like he's sincere. I perceived him to be sincere. And, Lord will, Heavenly Father, have mercy on that brother, you know. I'm pretty sure all the brothers in Great Millstone saw the video. But pretty much in this lesson, I just wanted to highlight the importance of staying the course, man. You know, not being enticed or seduced by the cares of this world. You pretty much gotta let everything go here in this world. Now, does this mean you go off the grid? You go off into the mountains or some secluded area, and you live a dormant life? No, because it tells you in St. John, the 17th chapter, when our Lord Yahweh prayed for his elect, he prayed that the Lord would not take us out of the world, but to keep us from the evil. So, yeah, you're going to have certain responsibilities. You got to pay bills. You got to work. You got to eat, you see? But, this shouldn't get in the way of you doing what you was called to do. All right? Matter of fact, you know what? Before I really get into this lesson, let me get a quick precept come to mind. I know it's Matthew the 6th chapter. Let me see exactly where it's at. Something Yahweh Shah said. All right? Yep, Matthew 6 and 24 says, no man can serve two masters. See? And that's plain because you was called to be a servant of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? Now, yeah, you got a job or, you got a family, you got a woman, you might have kids you got to take care of, but you can't become a slave to that or a servant to anything external, or anything outside of you doing the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? It says no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve the Most High and Mammon. Right. So that's what will eventually happen. You hold fast to one of your masters and you forsake the other. So when you become caught up in the cares of this world, first and foremost, it breeds slothfulness. Because if you still marveling why you have these different guys who are not doing the work, well, look no further than the world, man. They in the world. It don't take a heavy diagnosis to come to the conclusion why there's men out there that's not doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which they was called to do. All right? It's because they are holding fast to the world. And they are not willing to forsake the cares of this world, which, by the way, I got the definition for the word forsake queued up right here. And this from just, the regular online dictionary. And the definition of for forsake is abandon someone or something. Yeah, because you got to abandon your family, you know, if need be. Now, this doesn't mean you just go out there and you just abandon your family, because it's like this. If your family is not hindering you from doing the work, or if your old lady, your job, whatever it might be, if it's not hindering you, then you don't have to abandon it. But if it's anything in your life that's hindering you, you know, or is in the way of you serving your house, you got to abandon it, man. All right? It says, abandon someone or something. They got the example that he would never forsake Tara. That's the spirit, because you got a lot of men out there, like the brother had the testimony. He fell out of the truth because he wasn't willing to forsake his woman. See? That's the spirit. All right. The synonyms that it says abandon, desert, leave high and dry, turn one's back on, cast aside. Yeah, that's what you got to do. When you are called to serve Yahweh, you have no life, and that's literal, because you got to remember Yahweh purchased you with His blood, so you belong to Yahweh. Okay, you are here at His disposal, man. So that's the mentality you brothers got to adopt, man. You got to take on that personality of knowing that you're a slave, you're a servant, and if anything arises that uh, can compromise you doing the work, you know, or is at the expense of you doing the work, you got to cast that to the side. All right, and that's what the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord, that always was their mentality. This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all, see, and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Yeah, so he didn't say we forsook the things that we wanted to, or the things that wasn't as important. He said we have forsaken all. All right? Now, when you jump down to the 29th verse, which I'm going to do real quick, just for the interest of time, Yahweh Shah actually outlined everything that these men forsook. It says, and every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. See? So when Peter said we have forsaken all, they forsook their houses, their brothers, their sisters, you know, their mother, their wife, their children, you know, their lands, to follow Yahweh Shah. And this is the measuring stick. This is the standard, should I say, man. All right? So you got to be willing to forsake all. And it starts with forsaking the cares of this world, which pretty much everything that was mentioned in this precept, all right, your woman, your kids, your mother, your father, your house, your land, well, those things would be considered the cares of this world, all right? It's 2nd Ezra chapter 14, and starting at verse 13, it says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Yeah, and that's what we were set up to do, okay? To get our house in order, which means prepare yourself for the return of Yahweh Shah and reprove our people. Meaning what? Teach this word. It tells you that in, I think it's Isaiah the 58th chapter. All right? It says, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Yeah, and all these things fall under the guise of doing the work. Verse 14, let go, okay, from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature. Yeah, and mortal thoughts is nothing more than carnal thoughts, or the thoughts of this world. We are to let them go, man. We are to cast off and forsake the cares of this world, which again comes in the form of many things. And here in Babylon, this place Babylon was set up to please the flesh. So when you attempt to become more spiritual and do the things that please Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah in the spirit, then what happens? Babylon the Great, this place America, it tugs at your flesh, you know? If you're not rooted and grounded in this truth, then what happens? You start, entertaining the cares of this life, you know? Verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Right, so that's the spirit you got to be in, man. You got to be in the spirit of fleeing out of Babylon, not becoming more acclimated to Babylon, man. You called into this truth, then you have a job, opportunity for a job. Then right there, you got a decision to make, man. Is you gonna follow after the flesh? Is you gonna is you gonna entertain the cares of this world, or you gonna flee from this life, this world? See, and I have seen that. I have seen it was a brother in the camp. He was doing the work. Then he came across a job opportunity and he took the job, man. All right, he wasn't spiritual because you got to have faith. You got to say, you know what, man, the hell with that job. I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai and let the chips fall where they may. Okay, Yahweh Shem Shai take care of me, man. And when you usually do that, the Lord have another job for you, man. I also seen that a brother in the camp, he let go of a job and Yahweh Shem Shai had another job waiting on him. See, so you got to have faith. All right. Matter of fact, since I mentioned that, let me get this real quick. Mark the 4th chapter. I think it's the 19th verse. I started the 18th verse. It says, and these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things enter in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. Yeah. So you got men out there that hear this word, they believe on this word, but the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke that word out of them. You see? So yeah, man, putting your stock into this world, that's a recipe for disaster. You becoming emotionally invested. You concerned about, being upgraded in the society, getting a better job, getting a raise. Man, we ain't got time for that, man. All right? This place about to be destroyed. The dollar can crash at any day. The Dow dropped 850 points or something like that the last time I seen it. This place is out of here, man. So this the wrong time to be in the spirit of, holding fast to your job or holding fast to anything of this world, man. All right? So, yeah, I just wanted to go into that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Till the next time I say shalom.